Joining us now from the Ontario Reign, Devante Smith-Pelly. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent, thank you. Now, you've got a Stanley Cup ring on one hand and tons of experience at the pro game. So I'm just curious, real quick, how did you wind up with the Ontario Reign?
I was just at home, training, skating. Obviously my agent is calling around, seeing what's available, and um, one day he said, maybe Ontario might work. They called and inquired, and then 2 days later or 3 days later, I was on a plane. So it came together pretty quickly, and I'm glad it did.
A lot of younger players on the Reign. Did the coaching staff or the GM talk to you about the role that you'd be expected to play given the youth of the team?
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit. Obviously looking at the roster, it's extremely young. I'm probably like the fourth oldest guy, which is kind of crazy to me. So I mean, I've been around. I've seen it all on and off the ice. So they kind of told me just if I can help out in any way and getting these guys adjusted to pro hockey and stuff like that. That would be great. So I'm trying to not get in their way and be their dad or anything like that, but just.
I have to ask this question. I know everybody asks this, but going from the KHL back to the AHL, the size of the ice, you're playing on Olympic size ice out when you're playing with the KHL, NHL size ice, with the AHL. What's the biggest difference to you? And do you notice your conditioning's maybe better now that you're coming from that?
So the thing that not many people I don't think know about the KHL is that, some rinks are Olympic, some are NHL, and some are hybrids. So, our home rink in Beijing was Olympic ice, and then we would go to Russia and play on NHL ice, which was kind of weird. So,
yeah,
I feel like I didn't really lose, sense of that NHL ice. But the Olympic ice, the walls are way out there compared to what I was used to going over there. So it was a lot more skating and something I got used to, but and then we would leave and go play on NHL ice. So it was a little weird that way, but I think at this point I can play on any ice. I've played on it. I played on it all. So
love that.
You Sunday night, I believe it was. You play on a line with Akil Thomas and Quinton Byfield, and it quickly goes around social media that this is the first professional line or first line in professional hockey, featuring three black players since I believe the 40s, the Black Aces. I'm curious if you were aware of that going into the game, if anybody had talked to you about it, or if it was something that just happened and then the rest of the world noticed.
I wasn't aware of it. I mean, me and Akil were talking about it before, and I was asking if he had ever heard of a line like that, and I was trying to think, and I hadn't seen it. He wasn't sure either, so we were surprised that it got so big in the outside world. I mean, I think the line was just kind of put together. It wasn't gimmick or anything. We all had no idea. We were just a line, and we just went out there to play. And when we got off the ice, we kind of saw that the reaction was making its way around, the internet and stuff. But looking back, I think it's something pretty cool to be a part of. I hadn't really thought about it before, but I am happy to be a part of it, and it's an honor.
What were you three kind of discussing after you realized, the impact that you had made across the league, across, the nation and beyond? After it resonated with you all, what were some of the conversations that you had?
Honestly, we were just talking about it was just cool to be a part of. Our respective social medias were going insane for a couple of days there, and the one thing we were just saying, that's pretty cool, and it was just something really, really cool to be a part of. We didn't get too deep about it or anything like that, but I think all three of us were honored, and those two had amazing games to cap it off too. So it wasn't just us three skating around or anything like that. Those guys had.
Akil Thomas is not a small guy, but Quinton Byfield is legitimately huge. What are the differences in their games that you can see so far from playing with them for a handful of games?
I mean, both extremely skilled. Obviously, like you said, the size difference. So, Cusa is a massive. He's a kid. He's a massive kid. Who, once he figures out how strong he is and how fast he is as well, he's gonna be a star. He's gonna be a star for sure. And Akil, I mean, extremely hard worker, extremely dedicated to his craft. I'm his roommate. He's stretching in the room. He's rolling out in the room. He's nonstop working on his craft, which is something that, when I was 20, I didn't see anyone my age doing that. I wasn't doing it like that. So that's going to help him. And they're both going to be really, really good NHL players.
You said you guys are roommates.
Yeah.
What's the quirkiest thing about him? What does he have, like a certain cereal he's always eating, or are you guys is one person better at laundry than the other? Like what are some quirks you found out about one another?
Well, this is just roommates on the road, so I mean, he's got a lot of off ice ventures. He's always on the phone, which is fine with me. The only thing that I was surprised by is how cold he likes the room.
He freezes it like an ice box. Okay.
I just let him do his own thing. I don't want to control anything. I want him to be ready to go the next day. So I just battle it out and freeze.
Gotta get you an extra blanket.
Besides that, no, he's been great. I mean, we're both pretty chill, calm guys, so we get along great.
I'm assuming you don't travel with your Stanley Cup ring, but have the guys on the team asked you what it was like? Do they want to see it? Do they bug you for stories about what it's like making it that far?
Yeah, no one's asked to see the ring, but a lot of guys have asked about that whole playoff run, that whole season. Guys know that it was in Vegas, so they want to hear stories about the celebration and stuff like that. But, a lot of guys have inquired, and I'm happy to tell all those stories from the celebration on and stuff like that.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that.
Yeah.
Good.
You had some pretty big goals during that run, and you had 7 of them, which is nothing to sneeze at. I'm curious, do you think that sort of performance under pressure is something that you can help other players understand how to do themselves, or do you think that you have to have it in you already and just be given the chance to show it?
I think everyone can unlock that. Some guys are just built a little different, where they need someone to tell them to relax, or they need someone to get on them. Maybe they need a kick in the butt. I don't know. I think everyone can unlock it. So I think it's just about finding what somebody needs. I mean, for me, I don't know. I just really like playing in the playoffs. And that's always just kind of been my thing going back to junior. And there were other guys I played with where, sometimes you just need to talk to them, tell them, just to relax. And then that kind of chills them out, and they go out there and do it. So I think it's just about finding, what each guy's thing is, and kind of unlocking that.
Last one from me. How do you like your game so far in your time with Ontario?
I think I've been all right. I think legs wise and lungs wise, I've been pretty good. I haven't played in the calendar year, so that's kind of tough. But I was training hard. I was skating a lot. So skating wise and lungs, I feel good. It's just timing. I mean, there's a numbers restriction in Toronto, so it's not like I've been skating 5-on-5. I've been doing, 3-on-3 at the most for the majority of this, full calendar year. So it's just about figuring out full game speed and situations that I haven't seen in a full year. But the timing will eventually come back with more just repetition. But other than that, I think, I've been, not hurting the team. So I'm trying to do my best. the coaching staff, the training staff's been amazing, and kind of helping me along and making sure that, you know, I don't get hurt or anything like that. But once the timing comes back, I think everything will be good.
All right. Well, the team's on a bit of a hot streak. Looks good. Everything appears to be going well. So we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.